Hello, I'm Paul.
And I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Thomas.
And this is Father-Son 49ers Talk.
And
Bears. Yeah, there you go, Thomas. So we have our first guest of the podcast today.
You have to edit that.
Oh, okay, I'll have to edit that. So we have our first guest, which is Thomas Bateman. And he is...
a Bears fan.
A Bears fan, that's right. So go ahead and... Thomas is my girlfriend's son. And how old are you?
7.
He's 7 years old, right? So he's 7 years old, and he is a Bears fan, a diehard Bears fan, right?
Yeah, and they just played the Niners yesterday.
Yeah, they just played the Niners yesterday. So we thought that it'd be fun to do a podcast with our first guest, a Bears fan.
Wait, of the year?
First guest of the podcast ever.
Of y'all's podcast?
Mm-hmm. You're the very first guest that we've ever had.
1 second, Dad. I don't care.
Now we might need a restart.
No, we'll edit this out. It's not a big
deal.
deal.
But I kind of want to restart and do it so it's not, you don't have to edit.
Okay, so you want to do it one more time?
Yeah.
Let's we'll just start over, and when he comes back.
When he comes back,
Yep.
We're going to tell him.
We'll do it again. I'll let you know when he comes back.
That was annoying.
It's okay. He's taking a drink. He wants to do the beginning intro again.
Okay. Who's going to say and Bears?
I'm back.
So, are you going to say and Bears this time?
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas is going to do it. He didn't want to do it at first, but then he stepped up and did it. So.
We're going to restart.
Yep. Okay, you ready, Thomas?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Paul.
And I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Thomas.
And this is Father-Son 49ers Talk.
And Bears.
And Bears. That's right. Yeah. Perfect. So we have our first guest today, which is Thomas Bateman. And he is, how old are you, Thomas?
7.
He is 7 years old, and he is a huge Bears fan. And he is our very first guest of the podcast. So go ahead, Thomas. Thomas, you are my girlfriend's son, right?
Yeah.
And you are a diehard Bears fan. You've been a Bears fan pretty much your whole life. As long as you can remember, right?
No, not my whole life.
Whole life? How long?
For 1 year.
1 year? So you just started watching football 1 year ago, though, right?
Yeah.
But Thomas is a student of the sport. And every time I come over, he talks to me all the time about the Bears and what the Bears are doing.
And the Niners.
Yeah, and the Niners. He talks to me a lot about the Niners. So we actually did talk about you earlier in the podcast. Remember when we lost to the Giants?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you asked me when I came into the house?
Are you embarrassed?
Yeah, say it again. Say it louder.
Are you embarrassed?
Yep, that's exactly what he did. He came running around the corner, and he looked at me and he said, "Are you embarrassed?" Because why? Because we lost to the worst team in the NFL.
No, the Giants weren't the worst team.
They were at the time, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I remember. That was actually how you asked me. You said, you lost to the worst team in the NFL.
No, that's the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are now. Yeah, but the Giants were kind of bad back then, too. And they've gotten better.
Yeah, but no, I said, are you embarrassed from the Cardinals? The Cardinals lost.
Oh, was it the Cardinals lost? It's kind of been a running joke ever since it happened anyways.
I sneeze every day.
You do? Man, I think I sneeze every day, too. But yeah, so what did you think about the game last night, Thomas?
I don't know.
You don't know? So you were
I thought the Bears were going to lose.
You thought they were going to lose? It did kind of feel like it was leading up to that, didn't it?
The Bears beat y'all's whole division.
They did beat the whole division.
So if the Bears were in y'all's division, they would be the best in their division. No, not the best, but they would. Actually, I think they would be kind of.
Yeah, the Bears are the best division in the NFC. One of the top 3 for sure, right? Who do you think?
Who's the best?
I don't know. Why? Who do you think? Who do you think are the best teams in the NFC right now? The top 3.
I mean, no, like the best. The best divisions. Is that what you said?
Well, divisions. I said the best 3 teams.
Oh.
So who do you think the best 3 teams are, Wyatt?
Well, there's the Bears,
Yep. I think they definitely are in that conversation.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The power rankings are tomorrow.
I know, right? So
Are
who
you
else?
coming tomorrow? No, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going over to your dad's, right?
But are you coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be over here a little bit tomorrow. So then you said the Bears. So then who else, Wyatt?
But before 10 a.m. or no?
I don't know, but let's let Wyatt talk about the other two teams he thinks. So who do you think, Wyatt?
Bears, Rams.
And Saints.
Yeah, I guess that's
And
Yeah, the Bears, Rams, Saints. Well, the Chiefs are in the other conference.
yeah.
So the
Yeah, but I think the Saints are number one. The Saints are number one. The Rams are number two, or number three. I don't know.
I think I would actually put the Bears ahead of the Rams.
I would, just for the fact that
Last time
Yeah.
power rankings, the
I mean-
Bears were number 4 and the Rams were number 5 in the last power rankings.
Yeah, I get that, but I still think that I'm with
And the
Wyatt.
Bears just clinched against the Packers when they won.
I know, right? Yeah, you knocked them out.
And they had a big party in the locker room.
So, but you were talking about the projected records of the season, remember?
Yeah.
So, what were the Bears' projected record?
10-6,
And what are their records now?
11-4.
So, you guys already went over the projected win.
No,
record.
that was in week 16, one of the last games. How is that already? What do you mean?
Yeah, but you were talking about it the other day, right? So, what do you think? You guys already are over that record. So, you guys beat the record, right there that you were projected to have. And now
Somebody said it was going to be 5-11. It's way over 5-11.
it's way over 5-11, right?
I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
have surprised me if we would have mentioned that the Bears clinching the division. I would have told you you're crazy, honestly.
yeah, right. And that's what a lot of people think. And that was the connection that we talked about the Khalil Mack trade, right? We talked about
Yeah.
it, me and you, Wyatt, yesterday on the podcast, but we also talked about it with Thomas. I talked about it with Thomas and how he asked, well, why would the Raiders make the trade with the 49ers or with the Bears instead of the 49ers if the 49ers offered more draft picks? And it was
Because it was because they always got hurt. The Niners players.
well, the Niners players do always get hurt, but with that, remember we were talking about the people thought that the Bears would have a worse record. So one of the big contributing factors is that they thought they might get a better draft pick with the Bears than the Niners, and that was false, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look at the jersey! That's the first time you've worn the jersey in there, Wyatt.
Yeah.
You're wearing your Jimmy Garoppolo jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so Thomas.
But I'll be right back.
Okay, you'll be right back.
I'm gonna look at something.
Okay, you go look at something. Okay, Wyatt. So with the Bears, there's actually some connections between the Bears and the 49ers, and there's actually a lot of parallels between the two teams.
Never mind.
And
One second.
Never
one second.
mind.
Before we get into all that, just
Mhm.
one player I want to mention that played phenomenally yesterday.
yeah,
Kind of under the radar, but Khalil Marsh. I'm pretty sure that's his first name. Marsh.
yeah,
That
Marsh.
defensive end. He was
Mhm.
in there on pressure like every other play. That
Yeah.
was something to see.
Yeah, we brought him in from the Patriots, remember? Remember when I think it was Lynch said that if we bring in another pass rusher, Marsh and them are going to be hard to beat out. That was one of the guys that we brought in to be a specialist pass rusher. And he just really hasn't worked out the way we hoped this year, but he has had some good games for sure.
Yeah, like last night was a good game of his. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot from him, but last night he looked good.
Oh yeah, the Seahawks beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Seahawks.
What's happened to the Chiefs in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know.
They shot
They've
themselves in the
lost.
foot by trading.
They
or
lost
dropping
at
Kareem
home.
Hunt.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that wasn't – they had to drop Kareem Hunt. That was 100% the right move. So you got to look at integrity.
It was the right move, but they still shot themselves in the foot. I mean, they lost their Super Bowl. I mean, they were Super Bowl bound, and they lost it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, losing
Look.
Kareem Hunt. Patrick Mahomes isn't playing quite as well.
Yeah, I mean, how do you expect
Mhm.
you can't expect a young
Oh,
quarterback
Kenny
to
wants to go outside.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna let her
you
outside.
can't if it's me, I can't expect a young quarterback to do that without the run game. That Kareem Hunt had an amazing run game. You can't expect a young quarterback to do what he was doing without a sustainable run game.
Yeah,
She wants to come
absolutely.
back.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And then, yeah, so the Chiefs, that is an interesting kind of talk. I mean, the Chiefs
In the
and
last 2
Rams.
weeks.
Chiefs and the Rams both.
Yeah, they both lost their last two.
Mm-hmm. So let's get back to the 49ers Bears, and we're talking about some parallels. And one of the big things that we were talking about is that last year, not this last year in the draft, but the year before, the Bears, well, actually both of the last 2 years, the Bears and 49ers have been intricately involved with each other, right?
Wait, including this year and the last 2 years?
Yeah, because remember, who did you guys take in the first round of the draft this year?
Roquan Smith.
Yeah. Say it again.
Roquan Smith.
So Wyatt and I were watching. Remember, we were watching the draft. What was your reaction when the Bears took Roquan Smith?
I was frustrated.
He was frustrated.
Wait, you thought you were gonna get Roquan Smith?
I really wanted the 49ers to get Roquan Smith. I saw something special in him, and I was slightly mad when they took Roquan. I was mad
because we were the next pick.
Yeah, we were the next pick, and if you guys didn't take Roquan, I thought for sure that was our pick.
Yeah, Wyatt and I wanted Roquan. That's who we wanted on our team. So that was like the pick we wanted.
The Bears and Niners are kind of like enemies.
Yeah, I mean, especially the last couple of years. So the year before, we kind of worked with each other.
Yeah, but guess what? In 2017. No, not 17. In like 2015, the Bears won against the Niners 26-6.
Yeah, so he knows all these scores. I come over and every day he's like, in 2009, the Bears and...
No, I didn't even say that.
I know.
It's been 9 years.
Yeah, he has all those scores down. But so this last year, that was the connection that we picked after you guys, and you took Roquan Smith, and we really wanted him. The year before that, we had the number 2 overall pick, and you had the number 3 overall pick, right?
Yeah.
And who did you pick in 2017? Is the number 1 pick?
Trubisky.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. Exactly right.
He was good in college.
He was good in college. He started 1 year, so he's kind of a developing quarterback. But you guys took Mitch Trubisky. But in order for you to get Mitch Trubisky, you traded up with us because you were the number 3 pick and we were the number 2. So the Bears came up to the number 2 pick, took Mitch Trubisky, and we took...
I can't believe Roquan Smith is so good in his rookie year. It's Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith on the Bears team.
I know, right? That's who we wanted on our team.
Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith.
So you took both. Actually, that's a really good point because the Niners.
I just thought of that.
Yeah, the Niners had supposedly the most draft capital offered to the Raiders.
But their players got hurt a lot.
Well, for Khalil Mack, right? And so we wanted him. And we wanted Roquan Smith, and we probably would have taken him with our pick if you guys wouldn't have taken him. So they're two of their best defensive players really were almost Niners.
Yeah, like one of them should have been, and the other one I wanted to be.
Yeah, and I think he would have been if you guys would have taken somebody else.
Would you rather get Roquan Smith or Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Khalil Mack. It's not. I don't know if he's a better player per se, if they're gonna end up. I mean, I think he is right now for sure. But I mean, in a couple of years, you don't know. We don't know where Roquan Smith is going to be. It's the difference is the impact of the position. You have an elite player at pass rusher, and he's going to impact the game more than an elite player at linebacker. So, but we'll get back to the 2017 pick where you guys took Mitch Trubisky. So you guys traded with us, and we went back to your pick. You went up to our pick, and you took Mitch Trubisky, right? Is that right, Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah. And Thomas asked me earlier, he's like, why would you do that? Because we weren't going to take Mitch Trubisky, right? So the question is, why would they trade up 1 pick to get a quarterback that we weren't going to take? And Wyatt, can you answer that?
They didn't know we weren't going to take him.
Well, they knew for sure we weren't going to take him we'd been pretty clear that we weren't going to take a quarterback. And that we were going with Brian Hoyer that year, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but why would a team trade up in the draft to like 1 pick to take a quarterback if they knew the other team wasn't going to take him? There is a reason. Do we know why, guys?
I'm sure they're confused. No.
Oh, so that somebody else doesn't trade up and take him.
Oh, okay. That checks. That checks.
Yeah, right. Because another team could have traded with the 49ers to take him. So with the Bears trading up that 1 pick, they ensured that nobody else was going to trade up and take their guy. But you were talking about, so for you, Thomas,
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the Bears' offense and defense? Why are you guys such a good team?
Because of the defense.
Because you guys have such a dominant defense. That's
We're
exactly.
not that good of an offense.
So you don't feel good about the offense? And this is
Trubisky throws a lot of interceptions. I think if I was in the game preview with the Vikings and Bears,
Mhm.
I would take the Vikings.
You would take the Vikings over
Their
the Bears?
good defense and their offense is better.
Yeah, with the
I would
new
take
offensive
the Vikings.
and with the new offensive coordinator, and he's going to be at the Bears Vikings game.
I could be on the field, just
Yeah.
maybe. It's at 3:25 at the same time as y'all. So
Yeah, is it?
it used to be at 12.
Oh yeah, that's right. They flexed out the
Hey, you know what's gonna be the best game
what?
on week 17? The Colts and Titans.
Yeah, and they just flexed
Whoever
to the
wins
prime time.
that gets to go to the wild card.
That is going to be an exciting game, isn't it?
That's absolutely crazy to me. I mean,
Hmm.
just to look at that and say Colts have a chance at the wild card.
They have Andrew Luck, man.
Still,
Colts?
that offense is so unsustainable, and same with the defense.
Well, the defense is they're progressing faster than projected. I think they were a year away from being a legitimate kind of playoff team, but some of their players have really worked out. It's kind of been the opposite of the Niners. We picked some guys that just haven't worked out. They picked guys that have.
Yeah, but what if we do a little game preview thing right now?
A game preview?
Yeah, we could try to do some game previews. of
Like we're going to
teams.
pick teams?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, pull up the games and we'll talk about it.
It's right there. Oh, never mind.
So what I was going to talk about, though, Thomas, let's talk about the parallels between the Niners and the Bears, and then we'll do the preview, okay? So what I was going to say is this. You know, the Niners, Wyatt, when we were playing with Jim Harbaugh, what was our defining factor as a team? Like, what made us a great team?
Defense.
Our defense. Who's the Bears defensive coordinator right now, Thomas?
Same.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Who is it, Wyatt?
Same as ours was then.
Vic Fangio. So you have the same defensive coordinator we
Okay.
had when we were great.
Ooh, the Niners have better defense than the Rams.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think the Niners might have a 10% chance of winning.
Well, we'll get into the projections here. I just want to make this final point, okay, bud?
Okay.
So you have the same defensive coordinator we had. You also have a really good defensive line where you have who's your pass rusher? Your big pass rusher, Thomas? Who's the best player on the defense right now for you guys? Khalil Mack, right? And we had Aldon Smith. So Khalil Mack's really filling that Aldon Smith role, and he was one of the best defensive pass rushers in the NFL at the time, right? We have Justin Smith, and they have a really good inside defensive player as well that kind of helps with that connection between the Khalil Mack and him.
They got Bears have, a heck of an interior. They got 3 guys that are good.
And then they have linebackers. They have Roquan Smith and their other guy. I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, that's comparable to
Daniel
Navarro. Yeah, there you go. You guys know. It's comparable to Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis. Like, they are built almost exactly the same way the Niners defense was built, with the same defensive coordinator, compared to the Niners back with Jim Harbaugh in the 2012, 13, 14 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really uncanny how close. And on top of that, then you start talking about the offense. They have Mitch Trubisky. We had Alex Smith. Both really high offensive draft picks, right? Draft picks. Alex Smith was number 1 overall. Trubisky was number 2. And that have played well enough. They've played well enough to be okay, but they're really underperforming. So they're still doing good, but they're playing well. Some people really believe in them. Other people don't. So there's some parallels. They have an underperforming, kind of underwhelming offense with potential, and with a highly drafted quarterback that isn't performing quite as high as some people would like. But they have a really dominant defense that has a solid pass rusher, really strong linebackers that can do both pass defense and run defense, and they have good secondaries. I mean, really, it is really kind of uncanny to see the 2 different teams.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the preview.
Okay.
So go ahead and you tell the game.
First up, no Thursday night games and no Saturday games.
Okay,
Falcons and Buccaneers.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it.
12 p.m.
So I'm gonna when you say the game, then Wyatt's gonna give his prediction. You give your prediction, and I'll give mine. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
And what if we each get two embarrassing picks that we pick?
Oh my goodness.
Like two bad teams that we pick, or we don't pick a bad
Well, we'll
team.
keep track of them, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do afterwards.
Or we
okay,
could have as many embarrassing picks as we.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, bud, go with the first one.
Who?
The first team.
Me?
Yeah, you're gonna you're gonna say it, and then Wyatt's gonna answer. You're gonna answer, then I am. Okay. So what's so say the first team, the first game.
Oh, the Falcons and Buccaneers.
So what do you think, Wyatt? Falcons, Buccaneers.
Falcons.
You think Falcons? What do you think, Thomas?
Okay, so I think.
He's looking at the rankings here.
Yeah, I think. I take the Bucks.
He takes the Bucks. Man, that is kind of that's a tough one though because the Falcons haven't been playing well.
No,
And-
but I mean, they got the personnel. I'm sorry.
They do have the players, so the Falcons have been underperforming. The Bucks have. You just never know what you're
Here's
gonna
a
get week to
picture
week
if
with
you need it.
them.
It all depends on what Jameis Winston does.
Yeah, let's see. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Falcons on that one.
Wait, what?
Yep, I do. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the next one.
The next game.
Oh wait, no, I chose the Bucks because the Bucks have the best passing.
Oh yeah, they do definitely.
Yeah, and passing is good.
Yeah, they are ranked. He's looking at the rankings right now with them in there, which is kind of crazy to
Okay,
think that the
so
Bucks are ranked higher.
Cowboys and Giants next.
Oh, Cowboys, Giants. What do you think, Wyatt?
I don't know because the Cowboys been playing good, but they got Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the Cowboys have been playing well, and Dak Prescott, he's been playing well. It's I've heard other people talk about an analogy of you have like a truck pulls a trailer. Some quarterbacks are the truck, some are the trailer, and by that means that some quarterbacks like Andrew Luck are the truck where they can pull the rest of the team on the trailer, while other quarterbacks are the trailer where the team pulls them and elevates them. And so some people think that Dak's the trailer. He's getting elevated by his team. He's good enough to be as good as his team.
Yeah, I agree.
So did you pick? Did you pick what?
Cowboys. I'm gonna have to go
Cowboys. Okay.
Okay, I'm a little bit worried for the Cowboys because the Cowboys have worse offense,
Mm-hmm.
but they have way better defense, and they have worse passing. Maybe I think I might have to go with the. Oh, this is a hard one
It is
because the
hard.
Giants have Saquon Barkley, the best running back.
I know, right? This
So,
little
I'm
man knows a
gonna-
lot about football, doesn't he?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with the Cowboys.
The
have-
Cowboys.
Yeah, they have really good defense like the Bears, and they have really good rushing too.
I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys too. I'm gonna take
Everyone
Dak
went
over
for the
Eli
Cowboys.
Manning every time. Yeah, that's fine. So I think the Cowboys are gonna take it. It's close though because you got Zeke versus Saquon, right? You
Yeah.
got Dak versus Eli, so that's the determining factor for me. I'm gonna go
Cooper.
Dak.
Amari Cooper hasn't been dropping as many passes either.
Yeah, he's been playing well, but then on top of that,
Okay.
go ahead. We'll move on to the next one.
Okay. Next one. Panthers and Saints.
Oh, I know who I'm taking. Where's it at?
Saints.
It's in New Orleans. There's no way the Panthers are winning.
I
Yeah.
don't care. I didn't care where it was at. I'm going Saints.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Saints with
Saints.
that. So all three of us are Saints.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Do the Panthers have better rushing?
The Panthers, remember they got Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's been killing it this year.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm still going with New Orleans.
Yeah.
We all three
Should
are.
we have a reason to go with them or no?
They're better.
Yeah, they're a better team.
So
They're a way
here's
better
another
team.
reason, guys.
Except they went down too by the defense.
Well, here's another one, guys. Cam Newton is out. He's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their backup, I don't think she's gonna be that good.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to play like.
I think the Saints are gonna take this one
Yeah.
like 48-17.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, Jets and Patriots.
Jets and Patriots.
Yep.
What do you think, Wyatt?
I don't know. I want to say Patriots because of Tom Brady, but the Patriots lost
Look
to the
at them.
Dolphins.
And this is the Jets right here on the side. I mean, no, this side.
Yeah. So what do you? So
The
what are you
Jets-
going with, Wyatt?
I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots because it's the Patriots.
What are you going with,
Well,
Thomas?
Okay, I have to go with the Patriots. The Jets have the 29th best offense, the 26th best defense, the 25th best passing, and the 24th best rushing.
And I'm going with the Jets.
No!
This is the end of the dynasty. This
So-
is it.
That's your
The buck
embarrassing.
stops
that's,
here.
That's one of your embarrassing picks, or no?
Um,
Are you really picking the Jets?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets.
The
So,
Patriots are at home.
they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't have. I mean, they got like how old is Tom Brady? He's like 72.
The
82,
Patriots
yeah.
have the 5th best offense. Not that good of a defense, but better than the Jets.
You know,
defense.
I think the Patriots are probably gonna win that game.
Yeah.
But I would
everyone
not
would.
be surprised to see the Jets come out and surprise them. I really would.
They
In
lost
New
to the
England.
Dolphins.
Yeah, they did lose
Patriots-
the Patriots lose to the Dolphins though. That's a hard game for them always.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Okay, so next one is Jaguars at Texans.
Jaguars and Texans. Wyatt.
Texans because they've been playing better, but if the Jags could actually figure out a defense and a quarterback, they would be better. Their defense
Man.
is so good, but hasn't played like it should.
Oh, the defense is so good on Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So I might have to go with Texans.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think we all
No,
have to take the
actually,
Texans.
How are the Texans good with this?
The Texans have.
The Texans are a weird team right now.
Yeah, they're kind of.
They're the weirdest team.
They've
I
been
know.
playing well though. The Texans have been playing well. They really have.
Like they have the 8th best rushing.
Here's
But
something to
that's
think
them.
about, Wyatt. So with Joe Flacco, he's not going to be on the Ravens next year. I think the best move for Joe Flacco and the Panthers is for them to get together. You put Joe Flacco on the Panthers,
This is so.
and
Look,
not the Panthers, sorry, the Jaguars, and it turns into a completely different team.
look, this is the last time they played. Last time they played, the Jacksonville won. 40.
That was last year, though.
Yeah, last time they played in Jacksonville last year was 45-7. The Jacksonville won last year.
But
But
that
I'm
was
still taking the Texans.
yeah, that was without Watson, and that was definitely okay. So next one.
Next one. Next one is Lions at Packers.
The Lions in Green Bay. Wyatt.
And these are all division games.
Packers.
What?
Yeah,
I'm going with the Lions.
I agree. I'm gonna take the Lions on that one.
The Lions could catch up like they did the first time. Like the Packers were winning 20-3, but the Lions still won in Detroit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Lions. I
too.
get it. I think Green Bay is probably a better. They got Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay has not been playing well, and
Yeah.
I don't believe in Green Bay this year. I
Me
don't.
too.
They haven't been playing different since they got rid of their head coach, but I think that honestly that's a toss-up, and I think it's like a 50-50. It's hard to really say who's going to win that game, but I'm going to go
The
with
Bears
the Lions.
would have crushed Green Bay if they still had their other coach.
Oh, yeah.
He lost to the coach.
Okay, next one.
Okay, next one, Dolphins at Bills.
Dolphins and Bills, Wyatt. Can you hear me, Wyatt?
Is this counted as an NFL game?
Does this count as an NFL
this
game?
is gonna be a. Look at the Bills defense. What? This is gonna be a good game, though. A really good game.
Yeah? Why do you
Yeah.
say that?
They're both bad teams, except I think I'm taking the Bills with this one.
Yeah, so it's a what he's saying is it's going to be a good game because they're both horrible. So they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
equally bad.
They're both that bad. They're just like they're equally bad.
And who are you going with?
But the Bills have better defense than the Bears.
Yeah, and the Dolphins are without Frank Gore.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the deciding factor.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the Bills.
I gotta
Me
go with those
too.
too. They don't
Okay,
have
so
Frank
we're all
Gore.
3 Bills. I like that.
Mhm. They don't got
Okay.
Frank Gore. They're
I
done.
could have went for the Dolphins, but I'm taking the Bills.
You are? Okay, I like that. Okay, next one, Thomas. Oh, his tablet's kind of being slow.
I'm gonna try.
There you go.
Wait, no. What if y'all talk about something, and what if we talk about something else while I'm restarting my tablet?
Oh, okay, yeah. So restarting the tablet. Well, so we were. So he's restarting his tablet, but the big thing is we were talking about the Jaguars. So we kind of brought up the Jaguars just a little bit. We're going to get off the Bears 49ers because we're going through this. And with Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar
Right.
Jackson. So what do you think about Lamar Jackson, Thomas? From the Ravens?
I think he's been playing really good.
He has been playing really good, right? So I really definitely think that Joe Flacco is not going to be part of that team, right?
No, he's not. He's done.
So
done
what do
with
you? Well, he's not done with the NFL, but he's done with the Ravens.
He's done with the I said Falcons.
Yeah, the Ravens.
The other bird.
So what do you think? Where do you think he's going to go, Wyatt? Where's some good places, some good landing spots for him?
I don't know.
So okay. So we talked about the
I don't know.
Jaguars.
The Jaguars make a little bit of sense.
Mm-hmm. How about this? The Giants.
Yeah, Giants against the Bears.
Yeah. Let's throw Eli Manning to the curb. Get
Maybe.
out of here, you and your 2 Super Bowl trophies. We're gonna take.
I don't want Eli. I didn't want Eli Manning starting anyway. He's done. Eli Manning's his career is over.
They say he's playing his way back onto the roster this year. That's what they say.
You know what I've seen Eli Manning doing? Overthrowing.
Well, so let's say they
Underthrown.
draft a quarterback. If they draft a quarterback to let Eli Manning start next year, and then they have a guy waiting in the wing, and either Eli Manning plays well and goes through the rest of the season, and then the rookie quarterback starts the next year, or Eli Manning doesn't play well and they put the rookie in. Kind of like.
Okay, I'm
they did
ready
the Browns.
for the game preview thing
Okay,
now.
one second. Or
Okay.
in other words.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, wait, no. I need to go on week 17.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
Or in other words, they start Eli Manning for a game and realize he's playing like trash and put in the rookie.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm ready
Yeah, I
for
really
the
don't
game preview thing.
Okay, Thomas, go ahead.
Okay, so next up, Cardinals and Seahawks. Seahawks.
Yeah, Cardinals Seahawks, Wyatt.
Seahawks.
The
So-
Seahawks have Russell Wilson.
But we have a vested interest in this right now, right?
The Seahawks. I'm definitely going for the Seahawks. There's
So-
no way.
We want the Cardinals to win that game. It's not going to happen, but we want them to win because if they win, then the Niners could potentially, definitely get a higher draft pick than the Cardinals. I think after last night, we ended up with the 3rd draft pick is where we're at right now, is with number 3.
Y'all used to have the number 2 draft.
We used to have
pick.
the number 1. Then we went to number 4. I think we're at number 3 right now. So if it stopped right now, I think it'd be number 3. But we want the Cardinals to win so that we stay ahead of them in the draft order. But that's not going to happen.
No, it's not happening.
No. So everybody thinks the Seahawks are going to win that game. Okay, next one.
So the next one is Niners and Rams. That's the
Oh, Niners and Rams. What do you think, Wyatt?
49ers.
49ers.
What?
That's right.
what?
We're going Niners all the way.
Niners.
I'm going with the Rams.
You're going with the Rams.
You're crazy.
The Rams don't have a chance.
No.
Wait, no, I'm gonna give a reason why I think the Rams.
Nick
The
Mullins
Rams-
he's gonna throw all over them.
The Rams. The Rams have one of the best offenses.
They have one of the best offenses.
Yeah, and they're better than them at everything except for defense.
Do you
So
want me to tell
I'm
you why I
picking
think
the
Niners are
Rams.
gonna
I'm
win?
picking the Rams.
Why do you think? Okay, so Thomas is picking the Rams. Why do you think the Niners
No,
are
like
gonna win?
it's not all about like who you want to win. It's about who you think is gonna.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So what do you
want the
think, Wyatt?
Niners.
Nick Mullins.
Yeah,
That's
Nick
why.
Mullins.
Yeah, but what would you do if y'all's real quarterback came in that game instead?
Oh yeah, I would cry and tell him to get off the field.
Yeah, I
Get
would.
off the field!
I
Yeah.
would start spamming the head coach's email,
Yeah,
telling him to get him off the field.
yeah, get him off the field. That's what I would do.
Like-
He's not ready to play. We don't want him on the field to get hurt for
No.
next year.
No, just get back off the field.
But so last year, obviously, we came in and we beat the Rams in the last game of the year, but they weren't playing their starters. But this year, they're going to play their starters because of the Bears. The Bears have such a good record that they could potentially overtake the Rams for the second position in the division.
So next game, Chargers and Broncos. This is one of my upset picks of the week. My upset pick is the Broncos. I'm picking the Broncos.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a bold pick. I could see it too. The Chargers lost this week. And they
lost to the Broncos at home, the Chargers.
And it's the Chargers. They choke every year at the end of the year.
They do, and they always have a hard time with the Broncos in general.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good pick, Thomas.
That is.
So who do y'all pick?
I still think the Chargers are going to take it. So they lost this week. I think they're going to be ready and focused to come in this week. I like that pick, though, Thomas. I think that's a good upset pick.
I still think Chargers, but that's a good upset, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that upset pick. Look at that upset.
Yeah, man, that does look good. Offense, yeah, defense, yeah, you're looking good. I think that is a pretty cool pick, Thomas. I like that a lot.
Okay.
So my upset pick is that the Patriots lose, right? Yeah.
Okay, so next game is Eagles and Redskins. I'm going with the Eagles.
What do you think, Wyatt?
And don't forget the Eagles went to the Rams and the Texans the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, don't forget that, Wyatt.
I won't, but the thing is, I gotta go Eagles. But
yeah, I mean, the Redskins are
suck,
and they're not playing well, and their quarterback. I mean, what do they have? They have Josh Johnson out there. I mean, the guy just came back in. He did actually look pretty decent. I didn't. Did they win this week? I can't remember if they won or not. But I still got to go with the Eagles.
Everyone's going for the Eagles. So, Bengals and Steelers. Steelers.
Yeah, Bengals, Steelers.
Roethlisberger, he's the best player in the NFL.
Well, you think Roethlisberger is the best player in the NFL?
He is. He's number 84 in the.
He's one of the best players.
No, he is the best player in the NFL.
You think Ben Roethlisberger is the number one player in all of the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have to disagree with that, but so he's definitely.
And then the next game is.
Oh, hold on. We haven't heard Wyatt yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wyatt, Bengals, Steelers.
My upset pick of the week
is the
Bengals. Is the Bengals. Okay.
I don't like the Steelers in this. I just don't. I don't know why. I have a bad feeling about the Steelers.
Yeah, they kind of been falling apart. You think they miss?
The Steelers have troubles with bad teams.
Like, oh yeah, you're right about that.
They straight up can't win against bad teams. Like they beat good teams, but when it comes to bad teams, nah.
The Steelers play at the level of their competition.
Hey, you know what's interesting about the Bears last year? The Bears, they beat a lot of teams that had a better record.
Yeah.
Except for the Browns. That was the only team.
Wow. Yeah, that is
like
crazy.
They beat the Bengals, the Panthers, the Steelers, and they Ravens.
Man.
Those were the 4 people that were better than them.
Yeah, no, you guys. That is cool. It is crazy to see teams like that where they go out and beat better teams and
wait.
Lose
What do you
teams.
pick on the Bengals and Steelers?
The Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers.
Me too.
But he does have a point. So, do you think they're missing Le'Veon Bell yet?
Get off the phone. Shut the door and get out.
We'll have to edit that out. Hey, Wyatt, you there?
My family's stupid.
They're not stupid. Your brothers are just the Dr. Seuss thing 1 and 2. That's his brothers. Anyways, so Wyatt, do you think that the Steelers are missing Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say they're missing Le'Veon Bell, but the Steelers play at the competition at the level of their competition. Okay, next game.
Next game, the Bears at the Vikings.
Oh, you projected this as an upset too, didn't you?
No, this is not an upset to me.
The Vikings are.
No, I might still pick the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a close game. I think this is a toss-up.
I think the Bears take this 29 to. I think the Bears take this 29 to 20. 29. 30 to 31.
30 to 31.
I'll open it.
Son of a gun.
You'll open it? Yeah.
I'm getting off.
You're getting off? Okay, hold on, bud. So we're almost done. Wait, is that the last one? Give me just a second. So Bears, Vikings. And then so Bears, Vikings, Wyatt is what we got. So we only have 3 more. We'll bust through these real fast.
Okay. Oh, never mind.
Here, we gotta bust through these real fast. So we got 3 more, okay, bud?
Yeah.
So Bears, Vikings, I'm going Bears.
I'm going Bears.
Okay, we got Bears. Okay, Thomas. We all 3 picked Bears, so go with the next.
I'm stupid.
Go ahead.
Who's stupid?
No, not you.
Who?
No, guys, let's just finish this up, okay, guys? So we can, after this, we'll be done.
Raiders and Chiefs.
Raiders and Chiefs, Wyatt.
Chiefs.
Yep, I agree. Chiefs are going to take that one for sure, right? Okay, next. Wait, Thomas, did you pick? Raiders,
no,
Chiefs?
no.
Raiders, Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Yeah, we're going Chiefs. Okay, good. Next one.
No, I'm going with the Raiders.
You're going to go with the Raiders? Yeah, the Chiefs have been losing.
Well, the Raiders almost beat the Chiefs.
They
at
did.
Home.
They
33 to 40. So I think the Raiders.
Okay.
Browns and Ravens. I'm gonna pick the Browns. My another upset pick.
The Browns? Okay, so the Browns. I like that pick. I think the Browns are going to take that game.
I think the Raiders take it.
You think? Well, that was the Chiefs. So you think the Chiefs take over the Raiders?
No, sorry. Ravens. I meant Ravens.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you think the Ravens are going to take that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down with that. So I think the Browns are going to take it, though. So
Me
Thomas
too.
and I are with the Browns.
Okay,
The last one.
Last game, and this is the best game.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts at the Titans. Whoever wins this game.
I think.
I don't care what you're doing. I just want to let your dad know.
Okay, I'll let you go, Wyatt.
Why is he leaving already?
I don't know what happened. So his mom. So we'll edit that all out, okay? So the last game, which is the best game of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is what?
Is the Colts and Titans.
The
Whoever
Colts.
wins this one, look, they have the same exact record. Whoever wins this one and whoever loses is out of playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever wins is in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going with the Titans. I think the Colts this season is going to end in a disaster.
I think the Colts are going to win this one.
I think Wyatt would pick the Colts too.
You think he would? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he would too. Well, no, because remember he was talking about how the Colts weren't a very good team, and he was surprised to see them in the playoff contention. I think he would probably go Titans. Yeah, I think so.
I went for Titans, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I think you and Wyatt are going to go Titans, and I'll go Colts.
Titans. They're gonna make the Colts season end in disaster.
Yeah, well, we will see. We will see.
Okay.
Anyways, so we've covered a lot of stuff, haven't we, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went over the Bears. We
How
talked
do you
about.
feel-
Yeah,
Wait, did you do this?
Yep.
Did you ask me? Oh.
Yeah, we
okay.
talked about how do you feel about the Bears' offense and defense, and you talked about how.
Yeah, but why does it say you when we're over here?
That's because it's telling you what screen it's on. Anyways, Thomas, so we've covered a lot of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about the Bears and 49ers and the game. We
Yeah.
talked about how we've been kind of parallel each other in the drafts. We've kind of been with each other in the drafts, and we've really interacted with each other a lot in the last 2 drafts. And then the parallels between the 2 teams when the Niners had Vic Fangio and we were good with Jim Harbaugh, and how you guys are structured and organized right now, and how those teams kind of parallel. Then we went over all of the other games, and we have our picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty good to go. We're ready to watch the last week of the season and then get into the playoffs and watch the Bears dominate and go and win a Super Bowl, huh? You think they're going to win a
I
Super Bowl?
think the Bears have about 90% chance of a Super Bowl.
You think the 90% chance of them getting to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think all the good teams in the NFL have 90% chance. The Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Saints and the Rams and the Bears. Those have 90% chance. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think that the Bears have a chance. They have a legitimate chance. I think their biggest competition. I really
And
don't.
one of the biggest teams in the threat to the Saints
Mhm.
is the Bears.
Yeah. Well, I definitely.
And no one wants to play. Who's that?
I don't know who it is. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I forgot.
So I personally think that the Bears are the only real threat that they have are probably the Saints. I really am not a big believer in the Rams right now.
Me too.
Yeah, so I think the Saints, they got to get through the Saints. If they can get through the Saints, I think they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
Me too.
Okay, bud. Well,
And if they make it through the Rams and the Chiefs, if they play them.
Yep. Well, the Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl if they play the Chiefs in the playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot that
Yep.
they're in a different conference.
Yep, they're in a different conference. That's exactly right.
We don't even need these headphones right now.
Yep, you're right. We don't need these headphones. But anyway, so that is the end of our podcast. It was great having you on the podcast, Thomas.
Yeah, but it's weird how he left.
Well, yeah, Wyatt had to
How's
get off a
Thomas?
little bit early, so he wasn't
You
able
could
to.
say good to that.
He wasn't able to get into the final part of the podcast. So, anyways,
Say good to that.
oh, thank you. I will. Okay, I hope everybody has a happy Christmas. This is Christmas Eve, and I hope everybody has a good Christmas Eve and a
Yeah.
joyful
I
Christmas.
wish we lived in Russia because in Russia it's Christmas.